Most men are out here doing the most. Texting first, explaining everything, chasing every single conversation like their life depends on it. And they wonder why she slowly stops feeling anything. But here's the truth. Nobody's telling you. The moment you go quiet, really quiet, not out of anger, not out of games, but out of genuine self-control, that's the exact moment something powerful starts happening inside her mind. Stay with me, because what I'm about to break down is going to completely rewire how you see attraction, silence, and the psychology of a woman's emotions. See, here's what most guys never figure out. Women don't fall deeper for the man who says the most. They fall deeper for the man who makes them feel the most. And feelings, real, deep, lasting feelings, don't grow inside noise. They grow inside silence. When you're constantly texting, constantly explaining yourself, constantly trying to hold the conversation together on your own, you're actually doing something dangerous. You're removing emotional tension. And without tension, there's no pull. Without pull, there's no attraction. It's just comfort. And comfort doesn't make a woman stay up at night thinking about you. But silence? Silence does something completely different to the female brain. When a man who was once highly present suddenly becomes calm, grounded, and less reactive, her mind doesn't just notice it. Her mind obsesses over it. She starts asking herself questions she never asked before. Why is he so calm right now? Why hasn't he reached out? What is he thinking? And those questions? That's emotional gravity, brother. That's her mind pulling itself toward you without you doing a single thing. Now here's where I need you to really pay attention, because this is the part that separates the men who get this right from the men who try it and fail. Fake silence doesn't work. You can't be sitting there staring at your phone every 30 seconds, heart racing, pretending you don't care. Women feel that energy instantly. Real silence doesn't come from strategy. It comes from a man who actually has something better to do with his time. A man who's locked in on his mission, his growth, his purpose. When your real life becomes more important than managing her emotions, your silence becomes powerful. Your energy changes, and she feels that shift before you even say a word. Think about what happens inside her mind when that shift occurs. She goes back through conversations. She replays moments. She starts remembering things you said weeks ago that she didn't pay attention to at the time. She notices the space where your constant attention used to be, and that space starts echoing. That echo is emotional pressure, not the bad kind. The kind that makes her realize she actually misses your presence. And missing you is a feeling she chose on her own. No convincing, no explaining, no chasing required. And if this perspective is already hitting different for you right now, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now, because every week I'm dropping content that goes deeper than surface-level dating advice. This is real psychology, real mindset. Let's keep going. Here's the thing about attention that nobody talks about. When you give someone your attention endlessly, every message answered in seconds, every silence filled before it even starts, you train her brain to expect it. And the human brain doesn't feel intensity around things it expects. It feels intensity around things it has to reach for. The moment you slow down, you break that pattern. And when a pattern breaks, attention wakes up. She starts reaching. She starts wondering. She starts feeling things she wasn't feeling before, because now there's space for those feelings to exist. A man who speaks less but means more is a man who creates emotional mystery. And mystery is one of the most powerful forces in attraction. Not because you're hiding something, but because she can't fully predict you. She can't fully read you. And the female mind is wired to be deeply curious about what it can't completely figure out. That curiosity turns into interest. That interest turns into attraction. That attraction turns into something real. All because you had the self-discipline to stop filling every silence with noise. But let's be real about something right now. This only works when it comes from a place of inner strength. If you go quiet out of resentment, out of insecurity, out of trying to punish her, she will feel that. And it won't create attraction. It'll create distance. The energy behind your silence matters just as much as the silence itself. What you want is the silence of a man who is completely okay with himself. A man who doesn't need to explain his worth because he lives it every single day. That kind of silence doesn't feel cold. It feels powerful, and power creates emotional curiosity like nothing else can. Here's another layer most men completely miss. When you stop over-explaining, you give her the chance to feel her own emotions instead of just reacting to yours. Think about that. When you're constantly telling her how much you care, constantly reassuring, constantly seeking her validation, her entire emotional focus shifts toward managing your feelings. She's no longer asking herself how she feels about you. She's too busy handling the emotional weight you keep placing in front of her. But the moment that weight disappears, her attention comes back to herself. And she starts asking the questions that actually matter. Do I miss him? Why does it feel different now? Why do I keep thinking about him? Those questions aren't planted by you. They grow on their own. And that's the most powerful kind of attraction there is. Now I want you to be honest with yourself for a second. Have you ever noticed that the moment you stopped chasing, stopped texting first every single time, stopped explaining yourself, stopped trying so hard, she suddenly started paying more attention? Drop your answer in the comments right now. I read every single one, and I want to hear your story. Because here's the truth that ties all of this together. The most attractive man in any room is not the loudest one. He's not the one working the hardest to be noticed. He's the one who is completely settled in who he is. He speaks when he has something real to say. He listens more than he talks. He doesn't flinch when someone pulls back emotionally, because his sense of self doesn't depend on their approval. He has a life, a real, full, moving forward life. And his attention is something you have to earn, not something he hands out for free. When you become that man, silence stops being a strategy. It becomes your natural state. You're not playing games. You're not withholding love. You're simply living at a level where your time has value, your presence has weight, and your words carry meaning because you don't waste them. And a woman who is around that kind of man, she feels it. She feels the difference between a man who needs her attention and a man whose life is going somewhere with or without her. And ironically, that's the man she wants to be part of. Not because he demanded it, because he never needed to. So here's what I want you to walk away with today. Stop trying to fill every silence. Stop over-explaining your value. Stop chasing reassurance from someone who should be inspired to earn yours. Get locked in on your purpose. Build something. Be somewhere. Become someone whose silence alone says more than most men's words ever will. Because the longer you stay grounded in your own strength, the deeper she's going to feel your presence, even when you're not saying a word. If this video gave you something real today, take 5 seconds. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a man in your life who needs to hear this truth right now. I'll see you in the next one.